Long time no see, Dr. Sauce.
So it is you, detective.
Alright, Dr. Sauce. You're here on charges of trespassing, breaking and entering, and several other federal offenses.
It's a nice place. Just so you know, you can't say I'm guilty for stealing client's cyclohexane.
If you don't know how the law works, you've already lost. There's more than enough evidence for the court to pin you down. Heck, even your own lawyer would be against you. You might as well give up this little tantrum of yours. You know, you're probably the first scientist that may be dumber than I am.
A simpleton like you would never understand. For years, I've experienced oppression from my peers. Everyone would mock me and call me insane when I brought up the future that is laminar transport.
Laminar transportation? What's that? Teleportation?
These days, I just can't handle the stupid people making stupid decisions, their stupid cars, on stupid, inconvenient roads. If I could just turn myself into a self-conscious gas, I could overcome all of that. Besides, once this plan of mine becomes a success, those worthy of advancement shall.
I'm sorry for asking. To be honest, I just want to get on my lunch break. To start things off, how did you get past the security? The Klein's Research Institute is known to be one of the most protected places on Earth.
Don't get into the habit of thinking that I'll give you your answers so easily.
Okay then, let's try this. How about we talk about how the floor you apparently broke into, with no physical evidence of breaking in, is more than 100 feet above the ground, and is also armed to the teeth with high-spec motion sensors.
Those special sensors on the 5th floor are actually sensitive to several different types of intermolecular forces, such as lung dispersion forces, dipole-dipole forces, and hydrogen bonds.
Oh, ready to talk now, are we?
Having ventilation would overload the gas particle sensors because of the free flow of gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen would lead to unnecessarily high kinetic energy in the air for the sensors to function properly. The weaker intermolecular forces that characterize gases in that room would easily stand out from any other particles. Even a gas under one's breath would trigger a response. In fact, the same goes for solids. The intermolecular forces on solids are the strongest of the states of matter, especially once you consider that molecules of solids are locked in place by them. Sensors that the building is equipped with would detect solids as hot zones of intermolecular forces, along with their signature low kinetic energy.
Well then, would you care to explain how you made it through the sensors?
Well, I guess you are a little slow, considering that I have to spell everything out for you. The only reason why I made it that far was because the sensors in the building weren't designed to detect liquids. Apparently, the higher-ups didn't want liquids on that floor. There must have been something very important up there. Only gases and solids were accounted for.
So, you're telling me that you made it past the gas particle sensor and the solid particle sensor?
That's right. I have successfully been able to safely convert my entire body into a combination of liquids via a carefully calculated and comprehensive endothermic process, which increased the energy and heat in my body. I can keep my intermolecular forces steady, not as strong as a solid, but also not as weak as a gas. Oh, you weakling. You should know that I am safe from any mutations or chemical changes because phase changes, no matter how large or small, are entirely physical. This is how water stays water when it turns into ice, for example.
So why were you caught? What happened to your master plan?
In order to take the cyclohexane, I would have needed to turn back into my regular state. Of course, this would be possible through an exothermic process in which I lose energy and heat. I thought the sensors in the safe room would not be able to detect solids, and yet I was found out immediately. Something tells me that you already know how I failed. Care to enlighten me?
Well, you see, the sensors in the safe room, although not able to detect objects with intermolecular forces of solids or gas, it is capable of detecting the strength of all the intermolecular forces in one room. By transferring back to solid, you increase the total strength of the forces enough to the point where the sensors could detect it.
Those sensors! If it weren't for those, I would not have failed.
Even if those sensors in the safe room weren't there, your plan would have failed anyway. There was no way you could have brought the cyclohexane outside the safe room, because the sensors in the hall would have detected the intermolecular forces of the cyclohexane. Have fun in court, Dr.